really give a stay out the office every day.
I feel like certain things are just not for social media. Like those people that go on and just start talking about all the beef they have with this person. Like that to me is just childish.
It's super childish.
And so I think when social media is leveraged that way, it can be very unhealthy. But if you're just showing your highlight reel, like why not?
Right. I agree.
And you brought up like people having beef with whether it's different people, with their exes, or any of that. So like relationships in general, how do you guys leverage, or where's your cutoff in terms of sharing that, knowing that it's your highlight reel?
Well, first of all, you won't know when I break up with somebody. You just might peep that their picture isn't there anymore.
You might peep some old deleted pictures.
Right. But I mean, I just feel like as far as relationships, I'm not one of those types of women where I think like my man has to constantly post me. But when I am in a relationship, I do have a certain expectation that you're gonna see me somewhere.
Yes.
Like it's gonna be like girlfriend, like specifically. This isn't my friend. Like there's no mixed signals. And so I guess with that is kind of like I also don't use social media to keep up with my partner as well. I feel like some girls might do that.
What do you mean by that? Like keep up with your partner?
I'm not gonna check to see whose pictures you're liking, like who's in your DMs. Like, it's a lot of work, and I already have a job. I don't need you to. So, I mean, I guess I just keep it as a, hey world, this is my partner, I love him, but I don't have to constantly show him all the time. But he needs to show me at least once. Like,
I feel like if you made it to my highlight reel, you must be special. That's all I'm gonna say. In order to make it there, you have to be like my man. That's it. Like I'm not gonna just be posting anybody who's not. And if I'm with you, like, yeah, you need to be posting me. Like you need to let people know. I'm not saying do the excessive posting is too much to me because I feel like I can see right through those relationships sometimes. Like you know those people that be posting their Women Crush Wednesday, but like you still cheating, bro. You know, like I mean, I'm just being honest. We're keeping it real.
let's not get on cheating.
That's another episode.
Via social media.
But I feel like there is with relationships, you should be like posting at least one. You should show the world that you're in a relationship to avoid.
You don't have to show the world. It's
right.
against
It's
like
my
what's your preference and what you want to show. Like
I agree. I don't think you need to show your relationship on social media.
Yeah.
But if you're actively avoiding showing your
so that's
if but it's your intent. Are you avoiding because you out here trying to be sliding in people's DMs and trying to put on this front that you don't have a girl, or is it just like it's not that important to you? I feel like people have intentions behind why they're doing certain things.
For me, like Instagram, right, I think is the most, direct place where you'll show your significant other to that person. And so for me, I might go 2 or 3 months without showing my girlfriend on there. But if we went to Thailand, we just came back from Thailand a few months ago. You can't put up 3 different pictures and your girlfriend's not in any of them. You were with, you were with her there. Like that's gonna look kind of fishy. You know what I mean? But I also think social media is your baby, for instance. Like that's for you. And so you shouldn't be posting to prove to other people that you're in a loving relationship.
Yes.
I love this person, or I don't love this person, whatnot. So any picture that goes up there, I'm putting up there because I like it, not because my girlfriend's in town. Like y'all should see that she's here.
Yeah, I'm trying to prove. It's like you're trying to prove something. I don't have to let people know that I'm in a relationship. If it just happens to come up and I want to discuss it or post it, I will. But it's not like, I am in a relationship and I need you to know.
And maybe it depends on what you use it for. Like with the example of Instagram, like barely any of my posts are actually personal. Like they're usually just like pictures of me or like somewhat artistic. Like they're never just like a day in the life of Anna. That's what my IG story is usually for. So for me, I don't think I can't see myself maybe until I get engaged really posting a picture of my boyfriend. Because it's just like that's not what my Instagram is used for, and it's like out of place. Where if you're gonna be that permanent, you have to be permanent in my life. Now granted, like you said, if we're together, you're gonna come up. People are gonna see you because you are a part of it. So yes, if we're like on a vacation, like yes, you're probably gonna peep in my IG story, but it's not gonna be like that's not something right.
I love him to death. He's cheating on me every day.
Wow. But yeah, so because of that, like I don't feel comfortable like putting my relationship out there, especially since that's a level of vulnerability. If I'm not confident, like not that you ever go into a relationship like I don't know how long this is gonna last, but if I'm not 100% confident, like I don't want to have that breakup be on IG either, because like you said, people see when you start deleting those pictures, or people can scroll and be like, dang, she only has selfies now, and it used to be every other picture with that guy.
Right here.
Right. And I don't like having to answer those questions to people, and not that you ever have to, but you open that door for questions to come by like sharing that part of your life.
Yeah,
and I think if you're gonna post a picture of your significant other, just post the picture. You see some, I think mostly women do this, where they'll put like a smiley face over the guy's face while it's in the picture. And it's like, just don't post. You don't feel comfortable with it.
Why did you even have to do all
You
of
act like we asked for the picture. Like, just not post it. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Captions.
It's not even on
Don't worry about what's understood doesn't have to be explained.
Right! Oh, see, that's literally a pet peeve of mine, because we didn't ask for that. Nobody cares.
We're not asking for an explanation.
Right.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I like what you said about how it's just naturally gonna come up. Like, I think that's what I was trying to say. I'm not gonna be like, you need to post me on Tuesday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in a relationship with someone, it's not gonna be like that. But it will naturally come up when it's appropriate.
You're not hiding it.
Yeah, I feel like I used to be the person who's like, I don't see a girl on his page. What's up? Even especially if I knew he had a girl, I'm like, what are you trying to hide? What secrets are to be found out? But
I still be thinking like that. I'm sorry.
Honestly, yeah. But I think now that I'm in a space of dating and trying to figure out what is that right level of adding someone or introducing someone to social media, going back to Ime's point, it's about me and what I'm willing to show. So now I'm realizing it's not so much that I'm hiding it or that the other guy or whatever is hiding it. It's, am I ready to permanently introduce this person to a wide scale?
Via Jamie's little sing-song in the beginning, does it actually go down in the DMs?
People shoot their shots in the DMs all the time. Like, there's no question asked. Like, guys are in the DMs, girls be in the DMs. Like, you're shooting your shot. When someone comes into my DM, the first thing I do is I click on the profile to see if I'm even instantly attracted. If I'm not responding, period.
More than often, it's a no.
It's usually a no.
It's usually a no, but it also depends what you're even saying. Because
Yeah.
some people just be saying, if you hit me with the eyes, like,
No, it's fine.
you might get a
LOL.
look, and that's
But
it.
y'all telling me y'all don't at least go look at the page?
No.
Of course I look at the
to
page.
the eyes? No.
I look at the page.
Depending on what it says.
I'm already
Depending on what
following
it says. No, sometimes you're not following.
Oh, I don't
They
accept
have
those requests.
Well, no, I'm saying
I
I'm
do
private.
not.
Yeah, I'm private, so I don't accept messages from people I don't.
If it's just random messages, I'll be like, you know how now Instagram lets you like see if you want to accept or decline it?
Yeah, I
so you
decline.
can see the message. Yeah, I do that. But if it's the eyes or like you just hit me with something stupid, like
I can give you a
it's
list
not
of things I
going
don't respond to. Eyes, LOL, or if I'm traveling and they're like, oh, you're in my city and you didn't hit me up.
No, I didn't. Because if I wanted to hit you up, I would have told you.
or that peach emoji. I hate that one.
Oh, I
You get peach emojis. Oh.
Wait, I thought that was a universal thing.
That's yours. It's popping in your DMs.
They already on the butt. You already know their intentions.
It's ignorant. It's ignorant.
protect the brand. I mean, I don't know. So if it's the eyes, if it's like the hard eyes, whatever, it's just like cool, thanks, whatever.
The hard eyes is
Thanks.
cute.
No,
Right,
it's
but I'm not. Are you
No,
continuing the
no.
conversation? Are you? Are you continuing the conversation?
like with the hard
So I'm
eyes.
sorry,
I might
someone-
be like question mark. I don't know.
No, I don't do that. But if somebody, if it's like an Insta story and like it's somebody maybe I know on social media and they comment there like, oh, they sent a heart out to something, I'm like, thank you. I'm not making a conversation out of
Oh
it.
yeah,
It's just
if
like
it's
a common
somebody
courtesy.
you know, but like in terms of actually somebody shooting their shot, like you can tell the
Exactly.
difference between somebody like seeing you post on your story from a day party and you look cute, and it's a
Exactly.
guy that you know and he's sending you hard eyes, versus somebody who's like trying to introduce themselves to you and they're
Hey,
just
yo,
sending
what's
you
up?
one emoji. Like, don't do that.
I might
Like
still
you-
say
yeah.
thank you, and if they say another message, then I don't respond. It says seen. And that's all.
Seeing me not respond.
What is it like from a guy's perspective?
Oh yeah, in terms of when girls shoot their shot, what does that look like?
Well, girls generally shoot their shot when you're already off the market anyways. So you can't. I mean, I wish there was another guy who could be like, yeah, that's right.
you need
guys.
help.
Right, I was
But generally speaking, for girls, in my experience, when they'll see my girlfriend on my page, and then I'll be out with my boys, whether we're in Vegas or wherever we're at, and then I'm like, oh, I see you and your boys, or your girlfriend looked cute or whatever back then, and it's like, I don't really know you like that. Why you know what I'm saying? I think it's a little bit, I don't know, I think they're trying to test the waters to see
if you're still in the market.
How happy are you in the situation? Like, I'm just letting you know that.
That's easy.
Wow. Where them type of girls at?
We don't need to know. We don't need to know any of those.
She's like, I ain't seen you post in a while. Let me shoot.
But I think what's big is I'm guilty of, as much as I don't like to respond to DMs, I feel like there are like pictures that I don't post too much, but there's pictures that fish for that fish that you know somebody's gonna be like, so what's good? So like in terms of those thirst traps, like what do we feel about those?
The thirst traps have to be classy.
Yeah, what's a thirst trap?
Right.
What do you mean, what is a thirst trap?
I don't know what a thirst trap
you guys.
There are levels to thirst traps. You know, there are gonna be some girls on Instagram that's like thirst trapping, like they sitting on their bathroom sink
On a sink.
like this. Like that's really thirst.
With no clothes on.
Past 21, you don't need to be sitting on nobody's sink. Girl.
You never should have been sitting on that sink with their dirty mirror doing that. Ooh.
But you know there are levels to the thirst trap. I might just post a picture and I'm looking good. It might be a thirst trap to you, but I'm just like, hey, I'm popping. But then there are the ones where you are
intentionally trying.
There's certain poses. You gotta check the poses.
Like you arch your back that hard, girl. Like
you might do a little twist, a little peek the toe up a little bit to make your belly
a
look
lot
longer.
about this stuff.
This is why you be getting the peach emoji.
I hate y'all.
Your little ankle twist. You know, there is a difference. There's a difference between those intentional ones and ones where you just look good and somebody's acknowledging that you look good. But what about them?
I don't think I do intentional thirst traps.
You don't?
So what are you trying to say?
I just said I see your Instagram.
I don't intentionally.
Our audience has seen your Instagram. We can ask them.
Right.
I don't think when I post my pictures, they're not intentional thirst traps. I'm posting them because I like them.
Comment underneath the video if you see that thirst trap.
Comment below if you think
Call out these thirst traps. Hashtag thirst trap.
Like nobody posts pictures because they know they look good and they want people to acknowledge that they look good.
Can I reverse the question?
What is a thirst trap? Like what?
Miss Tay, let's talk about your
A thirst trap is not. I don't really post thirst traps, so. But a thirst trap is, in my definition, when you know that people are going to respond with like overly excited comments, like
Should you post all your pictures like that?
That's on them.
But I think like after, it's not that you can necessarily predict how everybody's going to react to a photo, but you know the type of behavior that you can entice based on the picture that you post. The same way, but the same way that you know, like in terms of when you're getting dressed for the club, you know, like as girls, you know, you put on a dress and you're like, oh dang, if I wear this, it's gonna be too much, and I don't want to deal with that, and you change. It's the same thing with the picture, where you like can generally tell how much response or what type of response you're gonna get from your post. And that's in terms of a thirst trap, is when it's at that level of like, oh, you know that guys are either gonna put like hard eyes under it, whether they're gonna do that directly in the comments or DM you about it, or people are going to gas you up on a certain level. That's what I think a thirst trap
When
is.
I take the picture, I know it's gonna be a thirst trap. If I know, like, I take the picture with the intention of it being a thirst trap. Right, exactly. But I mean, it's never just kind of like you don't do it all the time. You have to do it every once in a while. It's like, I'm looking through my Instagram, looking through like actually that's all I have. I'm not really on social media like that, but it's kind of like haven't posted one in a while. Well, when's the last time I've been out? Okay, post. Like, you know.
I just don't know.
I think it also goes back to your brand. So I think there's people that I follow on social media where like that is their brand, to be a sexy vixen or be on the club promotion flyers. Like that's what they're about. That's how they get their extra income. And I'm like, do you boo? But I think on my spectrum, I'm not as provocative as them. So then I don't think it's a thirst trap. If I'm at the pool in a thong bikini, like that's just what I'm wearing that day. And I feel good, and I happen to post a picture. So to me, I don't feel like it's a thirst trap as much as I feel good, I look good, it's going on there.
So you don't judge girls that post thirst traps all the time?
That's not true.
I mean, I be judging.
3 pictures like this back to back. What you trying
Yeah,
to do?
I have thoughts. But that's what they want their brand to be, and I can't deny or like argue that.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's not who I am. I'm not about to post 3 pictures of me in lingerie. But if you want to,
That's on
Feminism
you.
2018.
Right, especially now in 2018, there's actually like real money to be made.
yeah, there
Dressing a
is.
certain way.
So 2017 was fake money.
Well, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm seeing it a lot more on my page, explore page. You be seeing what other people like. By the way, guys, everyone can see what you're liking.
Yes!
So just be careful if you liking 3 booty pictures in a row. Just be careful, brother. It looks bad if you
Brother,
marry it.
he's
Come on.
He's trying to save me.
He's trying to save y'all.
Trying
Give a few tips.
You gonna be the ones to investigate and call it out.
Right. But there's money to be made. So I used to judge, I would say, but now that you can actually make a business out of it, and people are actually known, they're getting club promotion and what type, all those types of things. So, if it pays your bills, live
Yeah,
your life.
guys post thirst traps.
Yes.
Definitely.
I feel like they
Definitely.
always just look the same. I don't know. They look the
Some
same.
dudes be
Some
posting
do.
thirst
Yeah,
traps.
it depends, especially with the whole like beard movement
Oh,
or like shirtless, or like guys know that they look 10 times better in a suit, so everybody has their Sunday best picture for no
Right.
reason.
Is that a thirst
That's
trap,
not really a
though?
thirst
That
trap.
is a
That's
thirst trap.
I really think I'm
Sunday
confused
best
on what
No,
a
no,
thirst
but
trap
it's-
is, 'cause I'm like,
Okay, not actual. You guys act like people are posting Sunday best pictures because they're actually like talking about God. When half of the time their Sunday best pictures are to show off their outfit. Okay, so don't use Sunday best and be like, what?
But
They're
isn't that
celebrating God and Christian Day.
people use social media to post the best of the pictures that they have? Is that because I feel like if we're going off that, then every picture I post will be a thirst trap because I'm gonna post what the best of what if I have that picture on that day, I'm gonna post the best picture. I'm gonna send it out to friends like which one looks the best.
I think Miss Tay is saying for guys specifically. Girls, we already discussed like a provocative photo or like whatever those standards are, like a thirst trap. For guys, it's gonna be like I'm really trying to stunt with this outfit or this
Because
fade
like
or
God,
this-
for guys,
this fade.
provocative, like we don't like. It's not like they're gonna put a Speedo on and we're gonna think that's like. So
I don't think
they're
that's what y'all were saying.
well, no, but we're trying to say like in terms of provocative for guys versus girls, it's not lack of clothing per se. It's like how you advertise yourself that girls find you attractive. Because the way guys find us attractive is with less clothing. The way we find guys attractive isn't always with less clothing. It's how they present themselves. It's their facial hair. It's how they wear, like what they wear, everything like that.
That's a good point.
So yeah, I'm gonna wrap us up with, especially since Ime tried to give a tip for the guys to not get caught up. I want you guys all to give a tip of the way like you guys see people maybe misusing social media and how they can get their lives together real quick.
That's a good question.
You didn't prep us with that one.
Oh no, I didn't.
That's new.
I'm just gonna say, do what you do. Like he said, it's your baby. However you want to use social media, use it in that way. I'm not here to tell you how to use it. If you want to post thirst traps, if you want to be provocative, if you want to slide in the DMs, then you do that. But know what you want your brand to be, and then stick to that.
If you're selling a product, please just post like the best pictures of like your clients like using that product. Because I swear, like I'm always, if I look at a new hair page or like whatever page, clothing page that like follows me, I'm looking for the worst of the worst to be like, okay, whatever your worst picture is, that's how good your product is. So just be strategic about it. Don't just post anything. And then if you're still trying to get your business up and running, like maybe just make a social media when you got it together.
What other tips we got?
I have two. If you are being a sneaky person on social media, I want to encourage you to watch your tagged photos because that's not something you control, but it's on your page. So just watch out to those. And I think to those. And I think also a lot of people think social media is the best of the best, but please keep in mind if you are on social media looking at it, those people have worse. They have pitfalls, they have downs. Everyone has a season. So if you are viewing social media, just know that everyone's life is not perfect. Nobody's life is perfect, and take it for a grain of salt.
What other tips do we have over here?
Protect the brand. I will just say protect the brand. I mean, we know people are getting fired off their jobs over things they said on social media. And then I would also say, again, that whole comparison can be the devil. I love Shireel's point about that because it's so true. I've seen so many people that are holding all these pictures. What's that Drake lyric he just came out with? Like, hold it. I'm not even gonna quote it right now because you know the album just.
Oh, he was holding the baby from the world, something like that.
Yeah, and also not that one. Just talking about how we like save all these pictures to show that when we're away. Like I know people whose life is in shambles, and like they're still posting pics of them in like Brazil, and
you're not even people.
There. Like you're not even there. So like that's where I think it becomes a little toxic, and I would say like evaluate your life outside of social media for a while. But again, it doesn't have to be a curse. I love that it's an option. It's truly an option. So I'm going to reiterate that it's an option.
What about you, Iman?
No, I'd piggyback off that. Protecting your brand is a big thing. And even if you're not necessarily selling anything, you're always selling yourself on social media. And so you might be in a group meet, for instance, and you think it's just 100 or so friends, and you might say something outlandish. Everyone now knows that you're the guy that says outlandish things. And if there's a job opening, maybe they might not put their name behind you because they don't know exactly how you're going to act in a professional setting. That's one. Number two, I would say also use it to your advantage. I know specifically in the law field as well, lawyers love those cold emails sometimes. Like, hey, I'd love to take you out to coffee just to hear about your practice and what you're doing. And so don't be scared to, send a DM and just say, hey, I see that you're doing this type of work. I'm interested in that type of work as well. Just, if you'd be open to that, let me know. And you might be able to push yourself further in your career without having to actually meet someone at a networking event or whatnot.
That's true.
And wait, can I add one more point? I love that point about being fearless in the DMs when it's for good intent and good purpose. And I would say, honestly, we started this show like off social media, so it's obviously benefited us. And just followers, subscribers, make sure you're interacting with us in the DMs as well.
You better promote us.
Right.
_LLL afterward.
And on that note, thank you for tuning into this episode. As Vanessa mentioned, please comment and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.